Hey guys, how you guys doing? It's August 17th, 2019. Hope you're having a wonderful day, a blessed day indeed. I want to give you guys a couple updates about things that are happening around the world. All right. First, let's talk about Iran. The oil tanker, the Grace 1, that was the one that the UK took over in Gibraltar. That's been released, or it's about to be released. Okay, the U.S. tried to block it. They were not able to. But what they did do was they put a warrant out for that oil tanker, right? So most likely in the coming days you will see the U.S. Navy take that tanker over, okay, which is just going to inflame tensions in the region, okay? That's all it's going to do. Now we're moving to Israel and Gaza, Israel and Palestine. Things are rationing up once again between the two. Rocket barrages are happening in southern Israel. I don't expect this to go anywhere. This happens every couple of months, all right? We know that these rocket barrages happen. Things seem hot and heavy for a couple of days, and then it's business as usual, all right? Looks like this most likely is going to happen once again, but the rocket barrages most likely will start in the coming hours, all right? We've already seen a couple, but not a lot. But Palestinian media is putting out that different factions within Gaza do plan on firing more towards Israel, towards southern Israel, okay? And then India and Pakistan, because that's still going on, all right? Just because we're not seeing any hot conflict at this point doesn't mean that there's not going to be one, okay? The LOC has been hot the last few days, okay? There has been loss of life confirmed on both sides. Now that number of confirmed, that's where things get tricky, okay? Because the Pakistani side says, hey, we lost 5, 6, 7 guys. India, it's always like 1 or 2. They never really say any high number. It could be 1 or 2, but most likely that's just propaganda, just like it is on the Pakistani side. An army spokesperson who was speaking with the foreign minister of Pakistan today did state, they talked about the nuclear. Okay, India came out, a little backstory here just because I'm jumping around. Yesterday, an Indian official said that India should re-look at using their nuclear first-use policy, which basically means currently India says they will not use nukes unless nukes are used on them. This Indian official came out and stated that, well, maybe we need to check that. Maybe if we need to preemptively strike someone with a nuke, aka Pakistan, we should be able to do so. We need to look at that policy. The Pakistani army spokesperson said that was just rationing up the warmongering between the two countries, but then came and said that Kashmir is a nuclear flashpoint. Okay. Also stated that the Pakistani intelligence currently believes that a false flag operation is going to occur for India to attack Pakistani occupied Kashmir. Okay, so this Pakistan-India row that's currently going on, it's not going anywhere. All right, it's going to get worse before it gets better. Both populations in Pakistan and India do not like the other country. They don't want to talk. Polls show that more favor war than do not. All right. Like I said, the LOC is hot currently. There's a lot of misinformation being put out about the LOC, certain ceasefire violations. I saw a story about an Indian brigadier general dying when some arms depot across the LOC on the Indian side blew up. I have not seen anything to really confirm that or deny it. But if, I'm not seeing anything confirming it, I'm just going to chalk it up as fake news, because there's plenty of Pakistani and Indian Twitter handles out there that are they're peddling fake news. So unless it's confirmed, do not take it to heart. Take everything with a grain of salt, especially when it comes to the LOC. All right. Like I said, that situation is going to get a lot worse before it gets better. We're still watching Hong Kong. We're watching North Korea. All right. We're watching Syria. We're watching Iran. If the U.S. does take over the Grace 1, how does Iran respond? Will they take over a U.S. vessel in the Strait of Hormuz? We need to watch that. We also need to watch Israel and Gaza. But that stuff happens, like I said, every couple months, so I'm not too freaked out by it. I'm not losing my head. as more information about all this stuff comes out, I'll let you guys know. We'll talk about it, we'll discuss it, all right? Big things to watch. India, Pakistan, that's my number one still. It's still my number one, okay? Because I just think we're headed towards a flashpoint. I don't think we're headed towards a nuclear conflict, but a conventional conflict of some point, all right? Pakistan's not going to let this whole Article 370 in Kashmir, they're not going to let that slide, all right? Next thing I'm looking for is, of course, tensions with Iran, okay? How do they respond if the U.S. takes over the Grace 1? And third, of course, Israel and their whole mess with Gaza, with Syria, with Iran, with Iraq. Their range of their strike zone is increasing, and we need to watch that because I've said for a while now, I personally see Israel striking Iran before I see the U.S. striking Iran, all right? We need to watch all those situations as they unfold. I'll let you guys know. We'll talk about, we'll discuss it, grab a beer, say a few prayers, and as always, keep your eyes to the skies. God bless.